Chillingham Castle in Northumberland is widely considered the most haunted castle in Britain. Since its construction in the 12th century, it has served as a vital strategic fortress in the bloody border wars between England and Scotland. Its history is a dark tapestry of siege, torture, and royal intrigue, leaving behind a spiritual residue that is palpable to all who enter. The most famous spirit of Chillingham is the Blue Boy, also known as the Radiant Boy. For centuries, guests staying in the Pink Room reported seeing a blue halo of light or a child dressed in blue appearing above their beds at midnight. This was often accompanied by a loud, mournful wailing that seemed to emanate from behind a specific wall in the bedroom. The mystery of the Blue Boy took a grisly turn during renovations in the 1920s. Workmen breaking into a 10-foot-thick wall discovered the skeletal remains of a young boy and a man. Fragments of blue cloth were found with the child's bones, and the bricks around them were covered in scratch marks, suggesting they had been immured, walled up alive, centuries earlier. Since the discovery and a proper burial of the remains, the sightings of the Blue Boy have significantly decreased, but the Pink Room remains a site of intense activity. Guests still report seeing flashes of blue light or feeling a cold, small hand touching their own in the dead of night. It seems the child's presence has left an indelible mark on the stone itself. In the castle's Great Hall, another famous spirit wanders, the White Lady. She is believed to be the ghost of Lady Mary Berkeley, whose husband, Lord Grey, abandoned her to run away with her own sister. Left alone in the cold castle with only her infant daughter, Mary died of a broken heart. Her spirit is said to step out of her portrait to wander the corridors. Visitors often report a sudden, sharp drop in temperature and the faint, rustling sound of a silk dress passing by in the darkness. On quiet nights, the distant, muffled sound of a woman sobbing can be heard echoing from the nursery. Lady Mary's grief was so profound in life that it appears to have anchored her soul to the castle for eternity. The most terrifying part of Chillingham is undoubtedly the torture chamber. During the border wars, the castle was overseen by a sadistic executioner named John Sage. A former soldier who lost his leg in battle, Sage turned his bitterness into a terrifying profession. He is said to have tortured thousands of Scots in the dungeon beneath the castle floor. The dungeon, or oubliette, is a tiny, dark pit where prisoners were thrown and forgotten. When it was cleared out years ago, it was filled with human bones. Sage's preferred methods included the rack and a stretching device he invented himself. His malevolent energy is so strong that many visitors feel physically ill or experience a sense of choking when entering. John Sage himself met a violent end. He was hanged by a mob on the castle grounds after the war ended. However, his spirit seemingly never left his place of work. Paranormal investigators have recorded deep, guttural growls in the torture chamber, and some people have reported being pushed or scratched by an invisible force while standing near the executioner's block. Another frequent haunting occurs in the chapel. It is a place where the veil between worlds is said to be exceptionally thin. Witnesses have reported seeing two men standing by the altar, engaged in a heated, silent argument. They appear in 17th-century attire and vanish the moment someone tries to approach them or speak to them. The castle library is home to a more subtle but equally unsettling haunting. It is often filled with the sound of two people whispering. No matter where you move in the room, the voices seem to stay just out of reach, as if coming from right behind your ear. When the room is empty, books have been known to fly off the shelves and slide across the floor. The current owner, Sir Humphrey Wakefield, has spent decades restoring the castle and documenting its ghosts. He often tells the story of a guest who was so terrified by a monstrous, dark shape in the courtyard that he jumped into his car and drove through the locked castle gates to escape. The fear at Chillingham is not just a legend, it is a physical reality. In the still room, the ghost of a Spanish witch is said to linger. Legend says she was a prisoner who cursed the family before her execution. A specific painting in the room is tied to her. Anyone who looks at it for too long is said to suffer a streak of terrible luck. Some visitors have even reported seeing the eyes in the portrait move to follow them. Even the grounds are not safe from the supernatural. The Pale Horseman is occasionally seen riding across the battlements during a full moon. He is believed to be a sentinel from the days of the border raids, still keeping watch over the castle he died defending. His appearance is usually followed by a heavy, unnatural mist that covers the valley. Chillingham Castle is a place where the past is never truly buried. The stone walls act like a recording device, replaying the tragedies of the Blue Boy, Lady Mary, and the victims of John Sage. It is a location that demands respect. Those who treat the hauntings as a joke often find themselves the target of the castle's most restless and angry inhabitants. As the sun sets over the Northumberland hills, the atmosphere at Chillingham shifts. The shadows lengthen, and the air grows heavy with the weight of centuries. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, a night spent within these walls is a journey into the heart of British history, a history that is cold, dark, and very much alive in the silence of the night.